rub it on?
No, you actually grind it. And what happens if you grind it and you add some salt, it turns into a paste.
Oh, wow.
And water and salt with it. And you just get it, put it in little balls, let it dry out, and just pop when you need them. It has, here's the thing, you can't leave an overdose on it. There's no overdose, there's no side effects. The seeds have a natural antibacterial on them. So if you grind the seeds up, add water, no salt, and you grind them really fine, you could actually make a cream out of it. And let's say you have a cut on your hand. If you put it on there, it heal your skin faster and leave less scarring. It's great for sunburns. It's great for eczema. Left. This part of the valley is where the old Spanish Trail came through here in the 1600s. Okay, now we do know for sure, we have proof that the Spaniards made connection with the Southern Paiutes, and we have proof of that. And we're pretty sure that they traded horses for water or food, because looking at this area, you wouldn't think there's water here, right? But there's 55 springs here in this range right here. The problem is you have to know where it's at, right? Yeah. Well, Native people do. We don't tell those secrets. Here have natural springs.
And do they feed into a main?
They just kind of trickle down from the mountain. So very good. It's natural spring water.
There's a state park in Mass near us, one town over, and you actually have natural springs. People just come out from all over and just turn the switch and fill it up.
This is just bushes. It's called a manzanita. Have you ever heard of manzanita tea? It's good for you. The leaves, you can make a tea out of this. But this bush is very vital to wildlife out here and also the native people. And the reason why is the red bark. It's full of nutrients and vitamins. The animals will eat it, but also the Native Americans would boil it down and eat it too. It's a big survival tip, especially for the bobcats. They love to eat the berries. There's these red berries that will grow on the manzanita, and the bobcat loves to eat them. And to tell you the truth, the only way you can't just plant the berries from the manzanita tree and have it grow. It doesn't grow that way. They have to ferment. So they have to be eaten and then scattered out for it to grow. Okay, the only animal that eats those are the bobcats. So wherever you see manzanita trees, it's probably eaten by a bobcat, the berries, and pooped out here, to be nicely. But the berries are also used for great things as it's a dye. People would mix it up, put it on their hands, and put their handprints on a wall. And that would mean I was here. Okay? Or a gathering of some sort. So if you ever see handprints on the wall, it means I was here or a gathering, which I'm going to show you some actually in a few minutes. Here we have Indian tea again. If you're ever in the desert and you see manzanita trees, you can survive and live. It'll keep you alive. You just eat the red bark. It smells so good. It's sage. Desert big sage. Now, this is used for a few things. Seasoning, obviously, right? But it's also used for smudging. You know what smudging is? You get it, you let it dry out, and you burn it. And it warns off evil spirits. It purifies the air, purifies, spirits, basically.
Yeah.
If you have bad juju in your house, burn this. The juju will be gone. But take it, smell it. It's okay. It's not going to harm you. Don't eat it, though. But It's also great. I like to rub it in my hands. If you have stinky hands, this well, it's still stinky, but it smells better than it did. So you guys can check it out. It's sage though. What do you guys see on the walls? Remember I told you about the berries? You see the handprints?
Yeah.
Right there? Kind of how the wall kind of slants down a little bit right there. There's handprints. It's hard to see right now, but they're there. See the fingers? No? I would jump over, but I get in trouble. And I point them out to you. It's right there. Those are handprints. That means we were here, a gathering, right? This rock here is a sacrificial rock. They sacrificed animals to the gods back 3,000 years ago. They don't do that no more. Don't worry. They had a fire pit. Now, can I ask you a question? How do you preserve meat?
In the fridge.
Well, if you didn't have a fridge. 3,000 years ago, they didn't have those.
Salt.
Right? Yeah, well, salt it. That's hard to come by around here. Salt. So smoke it. Natural smokehouse right there. They'd use that as a natural smokehouse.
You see the hands?
You guys see the hands at all? You don't see the hand? So, okay, look right here and how it kind of goes down. It's like right. I'm pointing right at it. It's hard to.
Oh, yeah.
It's, that leaf. What happens is in the spring, a white flower will grow out of there, and it's called gypsum weed. Well, the oils from the leaf and from the flower, it's a very beautiful flower, but the oils from it will make you hallucinate. It's worse than opium. So it will make you hallucinate. Now, you see all the pine trees, how they grow in the sandstone? Isn't that kind of unique, right? You want to know how they do that? There's enough moisture in that sandstone to feed those trees. Remember I told you you don't have to go far to get water? Less than 10 feet? In this area, you dig 5 feet, you're gonna hit fresh spring water. And that's why it's so green coming down here. There's an extra spring up there, and it stays low to the ground, but there's water coming down there.